In this video, we are going to make this lightsaber-inspired baseball bat, so stick around, you aren't going to want to miss this one. Welcome back to another one of my videos. In today's video, we are making another lightsaber bat. So in the last video, we made a fungo bat and we made it a green lightsaber, and it turned out really cool. And because that video did well on TikTok, someone reached out and asked if I could do a baseball bat in a blue lightsaber. So that is exactly what we're going to do today. So today's bat is going to be made 33 inches long. We are making it out of a piece of maple, and it's going to turn out really cool. So stick around and let's get right into carving this bat. As always, we start by finding center on the billet, and then we get it mounted. Once it's mounted, we just carve away as usual. We take 3-inch chunks and we just kind of cut down to depth and then blend those chunks together. This is the easiest way to do it by hand, and you get a pretty smooth finish in the end. Then it's time for a little bit of detail work. We use a smaller gouge for this to kind of get a little bit finer details in there. And we do the same thing on the end, and we get to sanding. Okay, one thing I don't usually show, but I'm going to show it today, is actually compressing the wood a little bit. So these big bat brands, or really anyone that makes bats, you want to kind of compress and push those fibers down of the bat, kind of makes the bat a little more dense, a little harder, makes it dent a little less easily, and it actually gives you a little bit more pop. So to do that, all we're going to do is we're going to take an antler. Some brands use a bone, some brands use a piece of steel, but I have this antler, so that is what we are going to use. And basically we're going to go both ways. We're going to press long ways on the bat, and then we're going to turn the lathe on and we'll spin it as well. So I usually just go like, give it a few passes like so. You can kind of see the difference in color from where it is being kind of compressed down a little bit and where it hasn't been. And we'll turn the lathe on and press down on that. And we'll give it a few passes this way. And I'm not sure if you're able to tell on the camera, but in person this has a nice sheen to it. I usually do this in between two grits, usually between 120 and 180. So there are still some lines from sanding, but those will come out. But doing this just kind of helps compress the wood a little bit. And now it's time to add a few layers of primer. Doing this just makes the lighter colors on these lightsaber bats pop just a little bit more. And then I use a coat of black for the base on the handle, and we put on a little bit of a stencil and paint silver over the top. So when we pull off that stencil, we're left with our pattern. And a little bit of gold detail, and that's our handle complete. Now we're going to tape off the barrel and paint it blue. 2 coats is all we need. And we'll take that off, and we are done with the painting on this one. Then we're going to throw on a blue logo, and we're going to throw on a few coats of finish, and then we'll be ready to chop the ends off. And after chopping off the ends, we are left with this. And I just love the way this one turned out. I think that the blue on blue logos, again, just like the last one where we did green on green, I just think it really ties this bat together. It kind of hides in there a little bit, and I like that. I think that just the subtle logo there, it's not flashy in your face. You still get the lightsaber look. I think it looks really cool. So I did cut the end off, and we painted it blue, and we painted the knob silver. I did not cup this bat. It didn't need it. This was a little bit lighter of a billet. It feels pretty balanced, and we're sitting pretty good weight-wise. So I am not going to cup this one. This one turned out really cool. I love the handle. Again, these Star Wars lightsaber inspired handles look really neat. Overall, just super happy with this look. So if you have any ideas for bats you'd like to see made in the future, leave a comment below. And like always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.